Welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is longevity, long healthy lives, and the best way to make it there. Now, over the years I sit up and I think about a lot of things, especially after you start getting older. And a lot of things when you're younger you kind of miss, because you feel like, life is forever. So the thing about it is that we look at the fitness industry and you look at all the strides that they have made when it comes down to workout equipment, diets, counting macros, all this kind of stuff. And the crazy thing about it is that you look at all these guys, they're on these diets, they're eating a certain way, their bodies are staying super lean, and they're talking about fitness and health, all this other stuff all the time. But the majority of these guys don't live past 55. With all the diets and all the low body weight and all this kind of stuff, they never make it past 55. And that right there is a strange thing, because you would think that with all the information that they supposedly have when it comes down to diets and eating right and things like that, you would think these people would live longer and their lives would be a lot more healthier and happier, but it's not. And that right there goes to show you that the industry is a gimmick. It's all a gimmick. I was looking up people that live past 100, and you look at their diets, and their diets are nothing extravagant. It doesn't consist of trying to have minute body weight or anything like that, but yet it's still, these people were not real heavy people, in their lifetime. But they still managed to live over 100 years old. And the diets are not counting macros and stuff like that. It's basically geared around plant-based diets and a moderate amount of meat. That right there is a life that people used to live back in the days. Moderation. Everything was in moderation. They didn't overdo too much of anything. A lot of them still like that red wine by bedtime, things like that. They drank a lot of water, was not a lot of cakes, pies, and sugary drinks like these energy drinks that they promote and tell you, this is what it takes to push yourself to the next level. And the next level is pretty much death. That's the next level, because again, the modern day bodybuilders, most of them don't make it past 55. Most of them don't make it past 50, really. These guys died in their 40s. And if you look at them, a lot of them who you think is older guys are actually younger guys in their early 40s. Your early 40s, you still, are in there. Not until you get 45 where you feel the effects of time and age. But back in the days, it was, people stayed busy. They always was doing something. They did a lot of walking because a lot of them didn't have cars and stuff like that. So a lot of the things that made us babyfied, cars and motorcycles and airplanes and all these other ways of transportation, it just really made people more soft. And the thing about it is that if you take more time to just doing something as simple as walking on a regular basis, and me personally, I'm always lift weights. That's just my thing. I always have enjoyed lifting weights. But as you all know, I always get some type of walk in, some type of cardio walk in, at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm always walking, and I've always advocated moderation. Those are the things that's going to give you long life, long life. Everything in moderation. Again, a lot of this stuff that they are telling you, bodybuilders telling you, the macros, cone, all this, all that stuff right there is not all what it's cracked up to be. Because you're talking about somebody who's on gear. You know, they got 2 times the test levels of a normal person. They have 2 times the size of a normal person. So they're going to eat 2 times the amount of food that a normal person eat, even though their digestive systems is designed for what a single person does. And then you end up with probiotics trying to get your system right, rather than, you know, your food keeping your system right, which is, you know, your greens and vegetables and stuff like that. Just keeping your system working on a regular basis just by itself, instead of you always have to add something to it. You know what I mean? So again, everything in moderation. Your workouts in moderation. Do enough to break the muscles down. Let them heal up. Even with the exercise equipment, you know, it make it easier to do different things. But one thing exercise equipment requires, most of us don't have the type of exercise equipment that a good gym have. We don't have that stuff at home. So you always have to have that gym membership. And that right there is the catch-all, right there. That gym membership requiring you to have to pay a certain amount of money to the system, to the fitness industry. And that right there is the purpose of a gym. It's to relieve you of your money. That's the purpose of protein powders, weight gains, energy drinks, and all this other stuff, is to keep you with that thought process of you have to go to the gym. But if you take weightlifters of old, these guys did the basics. A basic weight bench, barbell, dumbbells. Some of them even had less than that. But if you got a basic weight bench, barbells, weights at home, basic stuff, that's all it takes to build your body up. It doesn't take a gym to build your body up. Now, if you're one of those type of people that require somebody else to be with you, to work out with you, you know, to keep you on par, you're going to be one of those that need to go to a gym, you're going to need the system, because that's the only way you're going to stay in any kind of shape. You're going to need to stay with the system. And it's going to be a lot harder on you because you have that type of mentality. You know, once you get to the point to where you're going to exercise, whether or not anyone exercise, you're going to do what you're going to do no matter what. Once you get to that point, then life will become easier. You won't fall prey to a lot of the fads. And that's all the fitness industry is. They take a basic thing and they make it more complicated. You know, they're talking about all these macros and all this kind of stuff, counting your macros and fat percentages and all this other stuff. All that stuff is basic, because if you're eating in moderation, it doesn't matter really what you eat. It doesn't matter what you eat. If you stay busy, walking, and all this other stuff, and not eating too late and stuff like that, the rest of the stuff won't even matter. You know, all the overeating that we do as Americans, that's the issue that we have. And we want everything right now, especially this new generation. They want everything right now. You know, fast food is the crave of everything. You know, you look at those bodybuilders and you look at the massive amount of food these guys eating, and the drugs is what's causing them to have to eat as much as they're eating, because they're trying to get twice the size of a normal human. But they try to sit up and tell you how to eat and when to eat, and you're a natural person. They can't tell you that kind of stuff because they're not natural. But we as people always fall prey to that, and that's the issue. But the secret to a long, healthy life is moderation with food, moderation with physical activity on a regular basis, and that's pretty much it. It's a boring and it's a basic thing, but it's the truth. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. If you hadn't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later. Oh, yeah. One more thing. And I appreciate all the kind words about my mom being in the hospital. I really appreciate that. And I didn't want to close this out without thanking the ones who let me know that they was praying for my mom and stuff like that. I really appreciate that stuff.